farther, faster. Go wild. Doesn't matter. As long as you go. Ride together into that wild world. Chase those quiet moments that are anything but quiet. Go. Just go. Leave no mile unturned. And leave a trail of stories in your wake. It's time now to go. Ride forth. Roll the life into it. That's when the world will tremble and bend like the curve in the road as you go. Go now, because the roads you don't take are the only ones that will haunt you when you're going, gone.
You're here by the grace of your lineage. You stand on the backs of those who came before you, the defiant ones. Outlaws of adventure, explorers of the unknown. Harley-Davidson defined the motorcycle, but it was you who challenged the destination and rode across continents. You who climbed uncharted mountains, who raged through desert sand, and faced the fury of ice and snow, in the hope of discovering beauty unknown. You are the pathfinders, whose hearts beat to discover new terrain, and to find yourself all over again, in the emptiness of an open road. It has always been your relentless spirit for adventure that's pushed us to take you further. Why call it adventure touring when it's human nature to seek beyond our limits? I am the Pan America, forever exploring. And I am here by the grace of my lineage. I am Harley-Davidson.
When it comes to reaching enlightenment, it's just a twist of the throttle. The all-new electric Livewire from Harley-Davidson.
I don't see myself as a female rider. I see myself as a rider. I am a motorcyclist. I'm just living my life the way I want. For me, I know if I'm happy, if I'm fulfilled, if I have this time to reset, I can be the best wife, the best mother, the best friend, the best entrepreneur, the best me. For me, a motorcycle isn't just a way to commute, it's my way of exploring the roads less traveled. The desert has always been my favorite place to ride. To some, it's miles of nothing, but to us, it's miles of everything. It's just complete solitude, so you really have time to think. Silence. coming out of that fog after I had my daughter, it was just like, what can I do to feel like myself? What is the first thing I want to do when I have some time? Was ride my Harley. And the adrenaline rush, the feel of it, it all came back to me. My old self did. We're meant to wander and wander. There's no better way to do that than riding a Harley. If you truly love to do something, you got to go do it, no matter what. Because I want my daughter to live a life like that. My destination has always been coming back home. And coming out here, being alone, brings me closer to being home, to being present in my life. So this is part of the journey to get back to me.
People have the idea that La Dolce Vita is something Italian, and it means the sweet life. But living a good life, you can live it anywhere. If you're fortunate enough to do the things that you love, surrounded by good friends and family, you have it anywhere. So maybe 10 years ago, I'd taken a pause from riding, and I was going through a phase in my work life that was very stressful. I started riding again, and I got on a bike on some difficult terrain where I had to pay attention, and I rode for the whole day. And at the end of that day, I realized that for the first time in a long time, I didn't think about work, I wasn't stressed, and that made me go back to bikes. The bike, it's confident, powerful, maybe sometimes a little arrogant. I saw all these movies when I was a kid, all these American films, and I captured all these frames in my head, and a lot of those frames have become reality. It's part of the American heritage, and it's part of the American dream. You want to interact with it. You want to be a part of it. You want to be in the movie. There's something beautiful in that. I'm very grateful about the life that I have here in America. So for me, La Dolce Vita is right here, right now.
Listen, when you're in the city, man, you have noise, you have light, you have all these different distractions. It's all coming at you in all these different angles. It beats you up. And you need some sort of escape to keep going in that environment. I've worked in so many creative fields, art direction, graphic design, clothing design. I have so many different things that I'm doing. I have so many different ideas that I want to bring to life. When I'm out there, I'm being inspired and I'm creating a new story for myself. When I don't ride for a long time, I feel like something's missing. And when I get on the bike, something clicks in me. I come back with a different enthusiasm and I have more ideas as well. Coming from the sport bike world, we kind of like judge Harleys, you know what I'm saying, based on like what they look like and the people who are riding them. And I was that person. I just didn't know what that world was like. Everything that I'm doing on the bike, I'm like the most alive during those moments, and I'm seeing it from the outside. That's like action for me. Like I'm starring in my own movie. You know, you harness this machine and navigate through this concrete jungle. Like that's real energy right there. That's power. That to me is just like poetry in motion.
The Harley has brought myself and my son to another connection. I mean, we're connected and we do everything together. But now we can actually leave what we do in everyday life when we get on our bikes and hit the open road and go to new places and new journeys.
We get to feel the weather changing, go high in elevation, low in elevation, be able to have our minds to ourselves for a couple hours.
You teach your kids and you get out, you adventure, live life to the fullest. I'm a highwayman, going to new places and finding things and just loving it. It's the American tradition, the iron, the metal, the thunder, the old West. Cold out here. I know it's cold, man. Just suck it up. We're almost there. Just think about where we are. I'd rather be here than anywhere else. From open roads, highways, trees, desert. Each mile you add on, it's look at that, look at that. It's an adventure every second.
Rain, shine, snow. He doesn't wait till it warms up. He keeps riding.
On the Harley, it almost like you have to go. It's calling you to go. You get on the bike, you feel the power, and you feel the air, and you're gone, and you might not come back for a while. To me, that's the spirit of Harley. Hitting the road and just feeling it.
Doesn't fit me though.
Yeah, it does. If you have any sense of adventure in your heart and soul, get on the open road and find it. You're gonna find your freedom. I've been in my helmet, I can't tell you how many times, smiling and actually laughing out loud, enjoying what's going on around me. You do feel it, it does enter you, it takes over your whole spirit. You just kind of want to go, yes!
Color is really powerful because it triggers an emotion, it triggers a memory for somebody. We have to be very thoughtful about our development of color because it can be something that's so personal.
Color became a really important part of the design story for Harley-Davidson in the mid to late 20s. And then from that point on, color just exploded at the company. It transformed into self-expression and a culture.
Our 2021 palette is exciting. This year for our inspiration, we developed color stories. Dark Opulence is a really dark, moody color palette. It's deep, rich jewel tones, like our crimson. Also a slightly desaturated green, and you can see that in our palette with Deadwood Green. Shifting chroma is a little more about effect and finish than it is actually about color. We've got a color called Snake Venom. So it's a new color shift for us, and it shifts from this beautiful emerald green to a purple.
If you're going to talk color and finish and graphics, you got to start with CVO. You get this wide selection of choice. Any CVO customer, in terms of taste, can find something that they're going to love in that lineup.
We've got this amazing palette that we're rolling out for model year 21, and we're going to continue to develop and innovate and bring something new and exciting to the consumer.
For me, riding is organic. I mean, you really do become one with the bike.
Feels like a partnership. You're doing something together, connected to the ground, weaving, pushing through turns.
It's just that moment in time where I'm completely left alone. Once you're on your bike, nothing matters.
You could just disappear into your thoughts. You can just let your mind go. All your senses just kind of come alive when you're riding a motorcycle.
This country, it's got some of the most beautiful places, and if you're not riding a bike through them, you are missing something.
I saw a lot of beautiful machinery at Sturgis in the Black Hills.
Sturgis has some of North America's most iconic riding. I mean, it really is a special trip to make, and everyone as a biker should do it.
The motorcycle is a bridge for individuals and groups to meet each other, to have camaraderie.
The Rocket, James Rispoli taking the win.
I ride for the joy, for the competitiveness. I ride because it's just something badass to do.
There's a perception that fashion is this really glitzy, fun thing. really it's a work and a passion that people have for creating apparel. There's a science to it and there's an art to it, and that creativity to be inspired and try a new type of product that we haven't done before, a new style, a new fabric, introducing a new logo. We're always trying new ideas, and you have to try those things and be creative and innovative. We have this rich legacy that's authentic. Our connection to that heritage is going to show up in a more powerful way this year in our product and in our branding. That's something that a lot of our consumers are really excited about, and I know our team is.
As a designer, the excitement working for Harley is the heritage of the brand, and that we can bring that into the apparel. We also want to make sure that we're current and that we're looking at new innovations and that the product is right for the customer.
Cultural trends in music, art, fashion, those are things that inspire our designers and product teams.
When starting a line each season, I think as a designer, we're constantly looking, so I don't think we ever switch off. There's always things that are influencing or ideas that we're taking some reference from. You know, there's color that around us all the times, and there's trends and things in the market that subconsciously we're all absorbing, and even if we're not aware of it, that color is the color of the season.
It's a very personal journey when you're shopping and thinking about clothes for yourself or purchasing for others. We're using kind of our instincts to say, this feels right. We think our customer's going to love it. Let's try it.